Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today's topic we are going to learn about the monostable multivibrator. If time will allow, we will learn the triangular wave generator also. Okay, guys. We have seen earlier one. We have seen in the astable multivibrator, we are getting a continuous state. Okay. A continuous square wave or rectangular wave you can generate by using the astable multivibrator case. It is neither stable at the plus B set or at the minus B set. Now the next concept is, guys, monostable multivibrator. So monostable means it has only one stable state. Okay. So suppose I am going to apply a triggering pulse, a negative triggering pulse through the monostable multivibrator. How do I get a single stable state? And the single means monostable. So here I can say that this part is my stable state. This is unstable state. Again this is stable state. Okay, so this is the concept. Here like this I can say that I have a single stable state only, and in this case it is plus V set. So now let's see the circuit construction of the monostable multivibrator and how do we achieve a single state or single stable state or a single pulse, that is called as monopulse, and the multivibrator used to generate that monopulse is called as monostable multivibrator. Okay, so this is the circuit construction of the monostable multivibrator, guys. You may have a look. Here we have used the positive feedback at the non-inverting input terminal, while the negative feedback is through this R. So if you say overally up to this part of the network, if you consider only this part of the network, my output V0 will be fluctuate in between plus minus V set only, if I will consider up to this part. But along with this circuit, we have the circuit arrangement of R1, R2. While R2 is connected to ground, we have a diode D2 and diode D1 and C1. Capacitor C1 is connected at the inverting input terminal. Okay, let's analyze the circuit. Initially, if you see, guys, or overall if you see, there is no application of input voltage at the circuit in both a stable multivibrator as well as in the monostable multivibrator. We are not going to apply the external triggering pulse. Just because of the circuit functionality only, we are capturing the output voltage. So in this case, guys, if you see, by default, by applying this source voltages, what we are getting, if you remember the basic characteristic of op-amp, we are getting, due to the supply voltages, if there is some error, what we are getting, we are getting the offset voltage. Now if the V0 is offset voltage, and let's consider this offset voltage is positive. Okay, initial condition, this offset voltage will be applicable at here. Now this V0 is V offset voltage. So what will be the voltage at this case and the voltage at this Vn case? So for that sake, I'll just show you the circuit simplification part, this part alone, guys. So this is my point of Vp. I have to figure out what is the value of Vp at here because the offset voltage. So normally when we are watching this, this is nothing but a voltage divider network. I have taken the path for the non-inverting input terminal. So for this case, if I will find out Vp at this point, the equation for Vp can be written as V0 into R2 whole divided by R1 plus R2. Now my V0 is V offset voltage. So this offset voltage is positive. So that what do I get? My Vp is also positive voltage. Okay, it is a positive voltage. So now if you see the circuit, this Vp is positive. Now at this point, initially my capacitor is uncharged. I have not applied any voltage. So if the capacitor is uncharged, what will be the voltage at Vn, guys? This voltage will become 0 volt because the capacitor is uncharged. Now if you see the concept, because of this 0 volt, what we are getting at this point, the concept of the op-amp, it says we have a very high gain, right? Because of this instability, here I am getting some positive voltage and here I am getting a 0 volt at the Vn, but the gain is very high. So what I am getting, a voltage effect at Vp is because of the offset voltage, and due to the high gain, what will happen, that Vp equation, this Vp equation is now forced to generate a saturation voltage. Okay, so now I am getting my V naught is equal to plus Vsat. Okay, so here guys, now V naught is equal to plus Vsat, because initially the capacitor was on charge, and that's why the voltage across the capacitor is 0, and that's why the voltage at Vn terminal is also 0. Now come to the second point of observation. Up to Vsat we got. So now I will show you this figure, guys. So initially my voltage is at plus Vsat. Okay, so let's analyze another part. Here what I am getting, now remember this point guys, my voltage is plus Vsat. I am going to apply, because of this circuit arrangement, here I have a capacitor. In some of the author, they are not using this capacitor to explain, just they are taking the help of the diode D2 to explain the concept. Because the negative trigger, we are going to apply a negative triggering pulse at here, so this part will become negative and this part will become positive. As this is positive, the voltage appear before this diode at the positive side of the diode is positive, and this part is negative, right? So what will happen, because of the negative triggering pulse, now Vp will become more and more negative. I will get a negative voltage at here. But what is my present voltage at here? My present voltage is plus Vsat. But now guys, if I will take the difference in between these two voltage, because of this negative voltage, because Vp is more and more negative because of this negative triggering pulse, and if I will apply a negative pulse, then only my diode D2 will conduct, and because of that D2 I am getting a negative pulse. If I will take the difference in between these two voltage, Vp minus Vn, I will get a negative voltage. Yes or no? Guys, I'll get a negative voltage or not? Now Vp value will be negative or positive because of the triggering pulse? Hello guys, if you want reply, how do I explain you? Because
Ma'am,
yeah, whether you understand the concept how we are getting negative voltage because of the negative triggering pulse or not.
ma'am, understood, ma'am. But what your question is, I am not able to catch the question, ma'am. So
Yeah,
I didn't reply.
now because of the negative triggering pulse, how do we get Vp as negative? That point you got or not?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Once again I'm just repeating guys. Earlier my Vset was positive because of the offset voltage, positive offset voltage and high gain. My offset voltage is changed to saturation voltage of plus Vset. Now I have applied a negative triggering pulse through this capacitor and diode D2. This diode D2 will generate a negative voltage at Vp, and this negative voltage will make Vp to become more and more negative. I am just explaining this point and I am asking whether you got this concept or not.
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, if you reply then only I will proceed now guys. Okay, so here what is Vp? Vp is negative. Now Vn is 0 guys. Then what will happen if we will increase more and more this negative triggering pulse? What will happen? Because of the high gain, again that will multiply with this negative pulse, and that will make this plus Vsat to act like minus V set. So what will happen? Let's analyze the circuit, guys. Then this time we will analyze the circuit like this. Earlier, because of the plus V set, this terminal was positive, this terminal was negative because of the plus V set effect. If this is positive and this part is negative, the diode D1, the N part is negative, this is positive, and at that time what happened? This voltage was a short circuit voltage. It means the diode is forward bias, and because of that a short circuit will happen, and the diode, because of the diode is conducting in this plus V set voltage, the voltage across the capacitor was 0, and this voltage appear for this Vn also 0. So this was because of the plus V set case. Now my output has been changed from plus V set to minus V set. So obviously my polarity will also get changed. What will happen to my polarity now? Now my polarity will change. This part will become negative and this will become positive, and that's why this will become positive and this will become negative. So now this diode part will act like an open circuit part, and as this is open circuit and this voltage will appear for the capacitor, and this capacitor voltage will charge exponentially, okay, exponentially because of the minus V set. And this diode is makes the diode this diode D1, this open circuit condition will make the capacitor C1 to get the charge. It will get the charge up to minus point, this negative point, okay, or minus V set point. So what should be the path for this? This is the path, okay. So this is the path the capacitor will follow to charge. So up to which voltage? Minus V set voltage. So that's why, guys, once again I will show you in the figure itself. Now my voltage will charge up to, or the voltage across the capacitor, that will try to charge up to minus V set point. So if I will show you the same concept at here in the form of this diagram, now my plus V set level has moved to minus V set level. This minus V set level is my unstable state, and this will be at here. Now let's analyze the circuit, guys. At minus V set level, my voltage is reached up to minus V set level. Now if you see, what is the condition now? Because of the minus V set level, I will get this Vn as negative. Now Vp is also negative because of the negative triggering pulse. So if I will take the difference, Vd equal to Vp minus Vn equal to a negative voltage. But if the magnitude of the Vn is greater than this Vp, my output will change to positive, and that positive voltage will make this plus V0 to plus V set. It means this minus of V set will change to plus V set because of the magnitude of the Vn voltage. So now what will happen, guys? My waveform, it was in plus V set level low. After some time interval of T1, it will again shift to plus V set, and this is the stable state. And overally, if I will capture this, the plus V set to minus V set level, again minus V set to the plus V set level, I am able to get a monopulse. This is the operation of the monostable multivibrator. So now I have to define the time period or the frequency of oscillation for the monostable multivibrator. Whether you got the circuit operation or not, you just tell me. Otherwise, I proceed for the derivation part. How do we get the time period and the frequency of operation for the monostable multivibrator? Any doubt regarding the circuit operation? How do we get the monopulse?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. So guys, for the derivation part, for the time period and the frequency of oscillation, just write down. Before that, just one more thing. If this is Vp, this Vp is nothing but R2 whole into V0 divided by R1 plus R2. I want to just write beta equal to R2 whole divided by R1 plus R2. I may represent this Vp equal to beta V naught, or if V naught is changing to plus minus Vz, I may rewrite the equation plus minus beta Vz. You remember this part also, because now we are going to utilize this term in our equation part. Okay, so write down some points at here. Suppose for the V naught equation, in terms of charging of the capacitor, we are going to define V naught equal to Vf plus Vi, initial voltage minus final voltage, into e to the power minus T by Rc. This Rc is nothing but tau. So what are the point I am going to explain here? Vi is called as initial value of the voltage, then Vf denotes the final value of the voltage, then Vf represents the minus Vset value, while Vi is the initial voltage which is developed across diode D1. So this is represented as Vd1, and V0 is representing your output, or I can say that capacitor voltage Vc. If I will represent all this term in the previous equation, what do I get from here? So the equation was in terms of V0. Now I am going to change this V0 to Vc, Vf value, Vi value, and let's see how much I am getting, and I will represent small t equal to capital T. So at okay, let me to write the entire equation first, then I will represent. So if I will rewrite the equation, Vc equal to minus of Vset plus Vd1 minus Vset whole into e to the power minus T by Rc, small t by Rc. So at small time period t equal to capital T, then Vc will represent the minus beta Vset. I may represent my equation minus beta Vset is equal to minus of Vset plus Vd1 plus Vset into e to the power minus T by Rc. Just I have represented the value only, guys, in the equation. Then if I will take this part to left hand side, so Vd1 plus Vset into e to the power minus T by Rc, because I need the time period. How we have done with the A's table, the same procedure we have to follow. So Vset into 1 minus beta will remain. Then what is the value of e to the power minus T by Rc? We can rewrite plus Vset into 1 minus beta whole divided by Vd1 plus Vset. Okay, so how I am getting, if you divide the plus Vset value in the numerator and denominator also, you can solve the equation. So finally I need my t value at here, right? So therefore the t value, how we are solving for the H double, the same concept, apply ln to both the side. So I may get t can be written as Rc ln whole into 1 plus Vd1 by Vset 1 minus beta. So this is the time period equation for the monostable multi-vibrator. If I will find out my frequency of oscillation, this is nothing but 1 by time period. Okay, so if I will consider R1 equal to R2, beta is represented at here, no, because we know that beta equal to R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So for this case, let's consider if our V set value is very greater than the diode voltage VD1. We know how much voltage we need to make the diode D1 to become forward bias. So obviously our V saturation voltage is very greater than VD1. So let's take the assumption at here this one, and another assumption you have to take if R1 equal to R2. So if R1 equal to R2, what should be the beta value, guys? It is 0.5. So how much I will get for the time period if I will apply all the value? If you write T equal to RC ln of 1 by 0.5. So this value is nothing but RC 0.69, or I can rewrite this time period of the monostable multivibrator is nothing but 0.69 RC. This value also you have to remember, guys. This is the practical equation, but if you take R1 and R2 are equal means that time you may get 0.69 of RC time period. So frequency of oscillation is 1 by time period. If you have any doubt up to this, you may ask me, otherwise I'll proceed for the next one.
Ma'am, no doubt.
Okay, fine. So next topic, guys, is triangular waveform generator. It is very easy. I'll just draw the circuit for you. You may easily say that what should be the circuit operation. First you have to just only identify the type of circuit or the combination of circuit we have been used to design the triangular waveform generator. Okay. So next topic is triangular wave generator. First I will draw the circuit, then only I will move to the waveform. This is very simple. Whatever the circuit we have learned, the waveform generator circuit, I'll use the concept of that only. I'm not going to use any new concept. You have to identify what are the circuit components I have been used. Yeah, this is your circuit, guys. Now if you can see the circuit, you can tell me what is first of the part of the circuit, what is second part of the circuit. And here I may get a triangular waveform. What is the output of the first phase of the circuit? If you see, it is nothing but a regenerative comparator. What is regenerative comparator, guys? A Schmitt trigger, right? What is the second part of the circuit? Yeah, at least you tell this one, no? You have been studied this one. Lab also you have done for this circuit. Okay, this is integrator or differentiator?
Ma'am,
I'm integrated.
integrator.
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, yes, integrator. The second part of the circuit is integrator. So I think you may easily understand the concept. The integrator is converting the square wave to triangular waveform. Yes, so that concept has been used. But now the case, whether the triangular wave is from this plus B set to minus B set, means the ramp signal is from plus B ramp to minus B ramp, or minus B ramp to plus B ramp, that we have to analyze. Okay, so here you can get the concept. We need a square wave for the integrator to generate the triangular waveform, and that can be generated from the semi-trigger circuit. Okay, let's analyze. So guys, obviously this square wave, the square wave generated after the comparator circuit will swings in between which voltage? Can anybody tell? Plus V set or minus V set, or how much? Obviously this output will swing at this point. It will be from plus V set to minus V set, correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
And this plus minus V set voltage is applied to the integrator circuit, right? So here what do we get? We will get a negative ramp at here, and where do we get a positive ramp? We may get a plus minus B ramp also. No, the triangular wave is nothing but a generation of plus minus B ramp. So at which end we may get a plus B ramp? Okay, anyway, all your doubt will get clear while deriving the concept, right? Anyway, you remember that because of the plus minus B set voltage of the comparator or regenerative comparator, we may get a voltage swing in between plus minus V ramp. Now I am going to draw the output waveform of the triangular wave, then only I will derive the time period. So plus V set, minus V set, plus V set, minus V set, and so on. This is my regenerative comparator output. Then what I am getting? I am getting my output of the integrator like this. If I will take, and if the frequency will increase, the ramp signal amplitude will get decreased. Okay, so here if I will capture this one, I may get a ramp signal like this because of the charging and discharging of the capacitor. So this is plus V ramp, this is minus B ramp, and here I have to take the time period because the complete time period is nothing but, suppose the entire time period is T1, this is T2, then only I may get a complete time period of T1 plus T2 equal to a triangular waveform. But at the middle it is changing from plus B ramp 0 to minus B ramp. So this point is T by 2. Okay. This concept also you remember. Now what do we get? By the amplitude and frequency calculator, what do we get? Suppose when the comparator output is at plus V set, the effective voltage at point P, how do we write? Where is the point P? This is the point P. What is my condition? Now I am going to consider when the comparator output is plus V set, the effective voltage at point P, and here I have shown you guys this end voltage. The voltage at this R2 is minus V ramp. Okay, because of plus V set I am getting minus V ramp. So in the figure also you can see that when it is plus V set it is approaching to minus VRAM. Means below R2 I am getting a minus VRAM voltage. So I am going to write that equation at here. Guys, you may write down this one. When the comparator output is at plus Vset, output is at plus Vset, the effective voltage at point P is given by, how do we write? Just let's analyze the circuit, guys. I have a voltage minus VRAM here. Here I have plus Vset. Okay. So the difference, first thing I may get a difference in between these two voltage, right? But here if you see, this is nothing but a voltage divider path. So altogether I can write the voltage at P is nothing but that VR concept, guys. If you remember the symmetrical, we are writing that applying that reference voltage, along with bias, same thing we are going to write. So the voltage at point P can be written as minus of VRAM voltage plus addition of that Vset and VRAM voltage along with the potential divider concept. So this can be nothing but R2 divided by R2 plus R3, because I have taken in a negative direction, guys. I have taken the flow in this way. That's why R2 whole divided by R2 plus R3. Then now this equation is nothing but plus Vset minus of minus VRAM. Okay. Then when at voltage is reducing, because as I explained you, it is plus Vset to minus Vset. When the voltage will change from minus Vset to again plus Vset level, it is crossing a zero level. So the voltage sometime at point P it is crossing to 0 volt. Okay, so that's why what I am going to write. Now the condition is when the voltage at P is 0. What will be the equation at this point? That's why what we will do, guys, already we have seen the voltage at P can be written as when the change in voltage from plus Vset to minus VRAM. That's why we will equate this voltage with this equation. So that's why I have to rewrite the equation at here. Minus of VRAM. Let's consider now the voltage at point P is 0. But already we have written the voltage equation at point P. So we will equate that point of voltage to R2 whole divided by R2 plus R3. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, guys. Okay. R2 whole divided by R2 plus R3, then plus Vset plus VRAM equal to 0. Now let's solve this part, guys. Guys, solve this part to get the minus VRAM equation. What should be the equation for minus VRAM? We have plus VRAM and minus VRAM, right? I want to write the equation in terms of minus of VRAM. After this point, if you solve this part, guys, let's take VRAM as common. You tell me whether I am missing a sign or not, because you guys are not at all answering. So VRAM whole into minus of 1 plus R2 whole divided by R2 plus R3, which is equal to minus of R2 V set whole divided by R2 plus R3. Yeah, any sign I have missed out or it is correct? Check your equation and tell me. I'm just showing you two equations.
Ma'am, correct on ma'am.
Correct, ma'am.
Yes, it is correct. Okay, so what is the next step for this? It is minus of R2 minus of R3 plus of R2, and here R2 plus R3 is there. So what are our terms getting cancelled? Let's see. So V ramp whole into minus of R2 minus of R3 plus R2 whole divided by R2 plus R3, right? This is the elaboration. Minus of R2 V set. What are the terms getting cancelled? You just see and tell me. Which term I need to cancel?
Ma'am, R2 plus R3, ma'am.
R2
Minus
plus
R2
R3.
plus R2. Minus and minus.
R2, yes. So which one is remain? Only minus R3 is remain, right? So let's write the
Minus
equation.
also cancel, ma'am.
Yeah, plus R2 minus R2 is cancelled, na? And this term is
No,
getting cancelled.
minus R3 and here minus R2, ma'am. Minus can get cancelled.
Because I'm writing the next equation, you just have a look, okay? I have already striked out whether you are watching my screen or not. Let's have a look. So now minus of V ramp can be written as minus of R2 by R3 into plus V set. Correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, minus term is there. Here I have kept minus only. This negative term is at here only. Just R3 has been multiplied with this 1 by R3 with minus of R2 V set. Okay. So just make a box of this. This is only one part of the equation, right? So now we have to consider, guys, those who are present, you please type yes in the chat box.
Ma'am, we can cancel minus in left hand side and minus in right hand side, no, ma'am.
Yeah, just wait, because why I am not cancelling, I will tell you in the next equation. That's why I have not cancelled.
Okay.
It is clearly visible. You may cancel this negative term. No issue for that. Okay. But there is because of the minus we said how much we are getting. No, we have to combine these two equations. That's why I am saying. Okay. Then when the comparator voltage is minus V set. At that time, what should be the equation at Vp? We can rewrite that the V ramp is nothing but, now it is normal, minus V set. If you consider, guys, it is nothing but minus of R2 whole divided by R3 into minus V set. It is very simple. Okay, because this is minus V set is making the voltage to plus V ramp only. So that what we will write, V ramp equation can be written as minus of R2 into minus of V set divided by only R3. Then the peak to peak voltage, if I will consider OPP, VPP, or this is called as VPP, big peak to peak voltage. If I will write down, the output peak to peak or V peak to peak voltage is nothing but the combination of plus V ramp and minus V ramp. The difference in between plus V ramp to minus of minus V ramp. So now if I will combine my equation, already the minus V ramp you know, and now we are writing the plus V ramp. So now at this point, minus of R2 by R3 into minus V set minus of again R2 by R3 into plus V set. Now solve this and tell me, guys, what will be the final equation. Because why I have not cancelled the previous term, whether you got it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the
We can,
reason. Yeah, if you want, you can directly cancel and write also, no issue. But this is little bit simple form. Okay.
yes,
Yeah, solve it and tell me what is the B output peak to peak voltage.
2 into R2 by R3
2
into plus
into
Z.
R2 by R3 into plus V set, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this is called as output peak to peak voltage. But now it is not the original output voltage of the triangular waveform, guys. Why means, if you see your output waveform, what I have shown you earlier, the time taken from minus V ramp to plus V ramp is the time period of T by 2. The time taking to minus V ramp to plus V ramp is in between the time period of T by 2. So, and it is happening because of the integrator circuit. So better what we will do, we will apply the integrator basic equation. What is the basic equation of the time period, or I can say the output switches from minus V ramp to plus V ramp in half of the time period T by 2. So if we will apply this value in the basic integrator equation, that is V naught equal to minus of 1 by RC integration of V in dt. Okay. So now this is the output peak to peak voltage. V naught is nothing but that minus of this one is R1 C1. Suppose, guys, this capacitor you just write as C1, or C also if you want to keep, it is no issue. To just see a good equation, 1 1 combination, that's why I kept like this. So if you rewrite this and apply the value of V in is nothing but minus B set, here it is nothing but 0 to T by 2 time period minus of B set of dt. So how much do we get, guys? It is nothing but B set whole divided by R1 C1 into T by 2. So T can be written as 2 of R1 C1, okay, into B output peak to peak whole divided by V set. So if you apply the value of P output peak to peak, the new equation for the time period is T equal to 2 of R1 C1 and 2 R2 by R3 into V set, because this is nothing but the value of V output peak to peak whole divided by V set. Now the entire equation will become 2 will become 4 R1 C1 and R2 whole divided by R3. Okay, and if I will write down, the frequency of oscillation is 1 by time period, which is nothing but R3 4 R1 C1 R2. That's all. This is the derivation of the triangular waveform generator, the time period as well as the frequency of oscillation. So 3 circuit I have been explained for the derivation point of view, guys. Astable, monostable and triangular wave. Derivation also you have to practice, because I may ask the question indirectly to derive the time period and frequency of oscillation of all these 3 circuit. Any one will come into your exam. If you have any doubt, you may ask me. Otherwise, that's all for your square wave and triangular wave generator. In square wave we have learned the astable and monostable as well as symmetrical part is the basic one. Next class I'll teach you the oscillator. After that your module 4 will over and I'll start module 5 filter section. Do you have any doubt?
Ma'am, what is the syllabus for CAT, ma'am?